Okay, in good luck. Okay, now give a round of applause for yourself again. Okay, now allow me to do some brief introduction on what is this 紫微斗数about. Okay, now we have to start with a long time ago. Now, 紫微斗数 actually falls under a part of this knowledge that is called Chinese metaphysics. Okay, Chinese metaphysics, 武术. Okay, 武术, 中华武术. Now, as you can see, these are the ancient knowledge that is originated from thousands of years ago from China. Okay, as you can see that why they call it five arts, right? It's because there are 5 categories. Alright, now the first and the second one is not difficult to differentiate them. Right, the first one like mountain, okay, this is basically like our ancestor, they will go for seclusion, meditation, even like martial arts and all this that it falls under the mountain. Okay, now medical we have the Chinese doctor, herbalism, reflexology. Alright, these two are pretty clear cut. Now most people confuse or most people would not be able to differentiate, and usually you will classify them under the same category. Okay, so there's a little bit of info here to share with you that although they look the same, there are some differences among themselves. Okay, now there are 3 parts, you see. As you can see, divination is one part of it. Now we have destiny and we have physiognomy. I think, yeah, you probably have not heard about them before. Okay, I'll just briefly tell you that divination, okay, it's a method. Right, okay, perhaps I should say that in the Western way, have you heard about tarot cards? Yes, okay, this is the Chinese tarot cards. Okay, whereas you can go to a practitioner of divination, you ask certain questions and the practitioner will be able to supply you with an answer. It's like a Q&A. Okay, now the next part, this is destiny. Now it sounds like fortune telling. Okay, now please make it clear, I'm not a fortune teller here. Okay, right, now so this destiny part, it's basically a destiny science knowledge where it can calculate or it can work out a chart. Alright, now similar like your share market chart, okay? So that will be able for the practitioner to interpret events and incidents from the time of your birth. Okay, of course, including important factors, okay, like whether at this point of time whether a person will make money, will lose money, alright. And of course, like romances. Okay, I'll be giving you some slides, some info on the next few slides. Alright, now the last one is physiognomy. Okay, now feng shui. Okay, I will also explain to you what is feng shui. Alright, now basically you have heard these terms before, but what is exactly feng shui? Alright, and nowadays there are too many new age innovations that, everything can be treated as a feng shui. Okay, like even, no offensive, okay, the MC introduced this is a feng shui umbrella. Okay, alright. Now, okay, I will tell you what is the true concept of feng shui. Okay, now and you can see mian xiang and shou xiang. This is the face reading and palm reading, palmistry. Okay, now this is basically for a practitioner to look at you, look at your face. Okay, now it's not to look at whether you're pretty or handsome or not. Okay, they look at certain features. Okay, or they look at certain symptoms, okay, from your face and from your palm, okay, that they can tell you, they can reflect your current luck cycle. Okay, now I'm a practitioner and I'm also a teacher for this 紫微斗数, okay, under the destiny part. Alright, so after the session, you please do not ask me whether how's your face and how's your palm, okay, because I don't know. Okay, now. Okay, now 八字, most of you, have you heard about 八字? 八级, the Chinese like to say 八级. What is 八级? Okay, not 2 combination of numbers from Magnum, okay, 八级. Alright, now 八级, it is literally translated as 8 characters. 八个字, 八字, okay, 8 characters. Now 八级, what does this 八级refers to? It actually refers to a combination, okay, a combination of your year, month, day, and time of your birth. Alright, now it may look like alien language to you if you look at these 8 Chinese characters. Okay, it may look like alien language, but this is the Chinese calendaring system. Okay, just like if I tell you that now this is year 2013, okay, the month we are now in January, okay, the day is 19, alright, and the time now is 2:40 p.m. Alright, that one you understand, isn't it? So this one basically it's referring to a group of time. a group of time. That's why when you, okay, or anyone on this earth that was born at a particular time, you will have a combination of year, month, day, and time. Okay, so a 八字 practitioner will be able to interpret, okay, from these 8 Chinese characters about your destiny and your fortune. Okay, now there are only 2 orthodox or 2, I will say 2 classical tools to analyze humans' destiny. Okay, which is the one that I just introduced to you, the 八字, and also 紫微斗数. Okay, in English they are also sometimes known as purple star astrology. Okay, if you happen to see some books in a bookstore, okay, purple star astrology, that refers to 紫微斗数. Okay, now as you can see, the 紫微斗数is a much more complex system compared to 八字 because a 八字 only refers to a calendaring time. Okay, whereas 紫微斗数, based on your year, month, day, and time of birth, every one of you here will have a chart like that. This is called a 紫微 chart. Okay, you will probably see some, I will show a bigger one later, okay, and I'll tell you what does a 紫微 chart do. Okay, so when you want to ask me certain questions like this year, would I have any romance, or would I make money from share market, okay, now whether will I be benefits from this investment, okay, you have to show me this chart, okay, in order for me to answer your question. By looking at you, I won't know, okay. Now, so this is actually a converted and designed for humans destiny science, okay? Alright, now, just a bit of a concept question for you to answer, okay? Now, you often hear people say that, you know, this fated, 命中注定, 命中注定, okay? But there are also people who claim that, you know, destiny is controllable. So man's actually triumph over fate, 人定勝天. Okay, so this has been a dispute among different people. Some people believe that our destiny, you know, things that happen on myself, okay, it's basically fated. Alright, but there are also people who believe or to subscribe to this concept that our destiny can be changed. Okay, now which is the correct statement? Okay, so I've given you here, the truth to this mystery is, approximately, we are born with only 30% fated events, okay, and we do maintain, or we have a 70% events or incidents in our life that is controllable, okay, but post-born you have a tendency to actually increase the fated events to a higher percentage. All right, now fated events does not mean good or bad, because there are certain people who has fated events, let's say fated to divorce, okay, fated to be a billionaire, so you can have good and bad things, okay, it doesn't mean that fated is always bad or fated is always good. Alright, there are people who fated, you know, they are just born with certain capacity, okay? So, there are a lot of things that is actually covers under the controllable events, okay? That's in Chinese, we call it as 因素. That means what you do, what you have selected, okay, what you have decided, a path that will lead you to a different destination, okay, a different end result. Okay, now, so, be happy because you still have a lot of controllable events. That's why you can decide whether to come here today or sleep at home, or even those who just left before my seminar. Okay, now I do see people walk away, you know, even during the lunchtime, okay, those are not in luck, okay, so those who remain here now, you have made a right controllable events decision, okay, that you will be, okay, guide through, okay, certain investment decision, alright? Okay, now, okay, so we are not associated, we are not linked to those new age innovations such as like numbers, colors, okay. I'm not here to share with you what is your lucky numbers, okay, your lucky colors, alright. No, these are pretty general and to our study, okay, things like that only function as psychological. That means they make you feel lucky. Okay, they make you feel lucky, okay. So, yeah, I mean the Chinese says, you know, like black color is always inauspicious, but I love black, I dress in black. Okay, so now it doesn't mean that things like that will cause certain influences to your destiny. Okay, we are here to share with you some real or some classical knowledge about Chinese metaphysics. Okay, now how does this 紫微斗数works? Okay, now even though like 八字, okay, how does all this destiny science system works? Okay, you see, when we were born, okay, okay, that is actually a space-dimensional continuum versus time section. Okay, 时空交叉点. Now, most of you here knows about share market, isn't it? Okay, so share market goes up and down every day. Different stocks, different counters, up and down everywhere. But if you don't buy, okay, that ups and down has nothing to do with you. Okay, correct or not? You look at it only, okay, so it's none of your business. Alright, but when you have decided to click a buy, okay, now there's a dot, there's a commencement from there. Okay, so if you have bought, okay, you purchase in the stock, okay, there's a dot, just like we were born at a particular time. Now, from then onwards, the ups and downs,就關你事啦. Correct or not? So like, if actually for guys, sometimes, you know, we don't look at the share market performance, okay? What you need to do is just look at your wife. If today you go home, your wife say, hey, darling, I've just cooked something nice for you, you know the share market went up today. Yeah, find the okay, say no, basically, yeah. That one, your share market, okay, you know that the share is not doing well. Okay, now, so, see, that ups and downs will down affect you, isn't it? Because you have bought in. The share goes up, you're happy. The share comes down, of course, okay, there are experts who shares with you how to maneuver or how to manipulate the ups and downs, okay? So what I meant is until a time that you decided, okay, I sell off, okay, I have made enough, okay, or have lost enough, I dispose it, then, from then onwards, okay, you will see your wife much more calm. Okay, so the ups and downs move on, correct now? So it's only between that period that you bought in until a time that you dispose. Okay, that periods of up and downs, okay, that affects you. So this is the same concept when you look at destiny. Once you're born, okay, up, down, up, down, up, down, alright? What is this up, down, up, down? Okay, I will share with you later. This is actually called the magnetic field. The Earth's magnetic field, that will cause our destiny to have these ups and downs. Okay, until you leave the word, the dot, you sell off, okay? So, it has nothing to do with you anymore. Okay, so we study, 紫微斗数 basically study this magnetic field. So we look at a person, okay, when you were born at a specific time, alright, the magnetic field influenced you for the next, maybe 50 years, 60 years that you are on the earth, okay, until the time that you leave this word, alright? So, now because, you see, our earth, okay, our earth is actually a large magnetic field base, okay, large magnetic field ground. So we have magnetic fields around. That's why we can know where is south, where is west, okay, where is east. So these are the magnetic fields, okay? And human's body, okay, we are also a receiver or a transmitter of magnetic fields, okay? That's why, let me just ask you, have you come across, like, you know, throughout your lifespan, you know, certain people, you look at them, you just like them, you know, you just feel like you want to talk to them. You know that you can get along well with this person, even though it's only the first time that you meet this guy or you meet this person. Alright, but there are certain people also, you look at it, they are just like, you know, you don't even feel like you want to talk to this person, isn't it? You know, the guy has done nothing wrong to you, but you just don't like it, you see? Am I? Now, why you have this kind of feeling? Okay, but certain people, 有啲人覺得佢好樣衰，但有啲人覺得唔係好靚仔啊。So, you know, so on different individuals, okay, you may have different feelings when you look at different different people. All right. So that is also part of this magnetic field. You know, it's something that is invisible. You don't see, you don't feel, but it does exist. Okay, this is why our human's body, it's also a transmitter and receiver. Okay. Now, so because our body can receive and transmit, that's why the Earth's magnetic field here, it will cause influences to us. And that's why we can calculate, we can count events or incidents that after a person was born, okay, what will be happening to that person. Okay, so this is why the synchronization between the Earth's magnetic field and human's body magnetic field. Okay, now let's see. Okay, this is a 紫微 chart, alright? A 紫微 chart will be plotted on 12 boxes, okay? You can call it 12 columns, but in our technical term, we call it 12 palaces, okay? 12個宮位, 12 palaces. Now, each of these palaces, as you can see, okay, as you can see that, you know, from yourself, okay, to your siblings, your spouse, your children, your wealth, your health, your travel, friends, career, property, mental, and parents, okay? So all these things refers to human, okay? This is not a dog, not a cat, not a rabbit, okay? It's a human. Okay, now I will just show you This is a sample of a Ziwei chart, okay? The chart will be plotted based on your year, month, day, and time. Okay, every one of you has a chart like that. Now, if you're interested to find out your own chart, okay, just go to my website and request a chart. All right, but you just trust me, you won't be able to understand. Okay, but for the sake of a souvenir that you feel good, holding a chart on your hand, holding your own destiny and fortune on your hand, right? No harm doing it, and it's free of charge because it's email. Okay, now this is a chart, all right? This is a chart. Now, you see, how this magnetic field actually influence human. Okay, now you can look at this. These are all palaces, all right? And you can see all these stars. These are the name of the stars. Okay, there are a total of 18 stars here. Now you just think, okay, why people who born at the same year, our ancestor will categorize, okay, them into 12 types of animals. Okay, this is something not unfamiliar, isn't it? Okay, we have 12 types of animals, zodiac. Okay, now it's because our ancestor noticed or realized that people who born at the same year, okay, their body does transmit a certain identical frequency of magnetic field. Okay, just like a car, okay, in mass production, all right, the same batch of cars, okay, they uses the same component, the same spare part. Okay, now if that batch of car, if you come across certain big car dealers or certain big car manufacturers, they will call back certain batch of cars because they notice that one spare part is out of order or malfunction. Okay, so as you can see that when people are born at the same year, okay, you will have something in identical. Okay, like this star, if you can see now, just a bit of tips for you if you just request a chart from me, right? You can see this Jeep, okay, a red color one. Okay, I know in Chinese red color is auspicious, but in Ziwei also red color is bad. Okay. Now, red color, this shows a Jeep. Okay, so that tells you that people who born in this year, this is what, 2007. Okay, so if people that born in this year, one of the spare part in their destiny will have malfunction. Okay, that means it's negative, not good. All right. So this one, okay, I just let you guess. I let you guess. Okay, this one tells you this spare part is malfunction now. Not working properly. It falls into a palace or falls into an area that is called children. So now, let you guess, what does this one say? Cannot? Cannot have children. Cannot give birth to children. Yes, correct. What else? What else? Something will happen to children. Yes? Or abortion? Miscarriage? Possible or not? Yes. So easy. Isn't it easy? Okay, yes, you're right. You're correct. Okay, so because this spare part tells you that, there's something not right. Okay, something is in negative, something is not in order. Okay, that falls into the children palace. Okay? Now, of course, this is just a very basic for you to understand. So that's why, you see, even people who are born at the same year, it doesn't mean that all of these people will not have children or problems with children, because this chart is plotted based on year, month, day, and time, which means that even though you're born in a different time, you will have this spare part, Hua Ji, we call it in our technical terms. Hua Ji means negative, but it may not fall into children. Okay? Now, if it falls into friends, that is the best place to have, isn't it? No, something is bad. Okay? Now I let you choose. If this Hua Ji, this negative thing, you want it to be in your wealth career or you want it to be to your friends. Of course, all the bad things throw to your friends, isn't it? Okay? Now, in destiny, it's always selfish. Okay? The good ones we try to preserve for ourselves. Okay? That is ideally that the good things are kept for myself. Now, the negative one, okay, I always say the best thing, the best palace. Now, let you choose. There are 12 palaces here. Now, the negative one, the bad one, alright, throw it to your friends, throw it to your siblings. Correct? Okay, better than to be in your health, in your wealth, okay? So you will have to suffer and you will have to struggle. Okay? Now this is just a very concept, a basic concept for you to look at what this Ziwei also tries to tell you. Okay, now of course we see much deeper now. We can actually zoom down to time, we zoom down to like different years, different time, and see what will happen on this person. But by looking at an overall, okay, you can see that, you can see this a feeling, okay, like this green color, look, this is good, this is increasing. Okay, now this is increasing. Now, just let you guess now, okay, you can see this is a health. Health means what? Body. Okay, now Lu means good, many, increasing, okay, desire. Now the star here is called Tai Ying. Tai Ying refers to female. So what do you think? This is a male chart. Okay, so his body, okay, attracts many females. So, mày kêu thổ pháp này, no? Good, for guys, definitely good, okay, now if your wife sees this, I'll try to liquid away the loop for you. Okay, now, what can the Zhiwei Du Su chart tells us? Okay, now of course you can see that the 12 palaces is pretty straightforward. Okay, it covers the most important factors in our life. Okay, like from self. Okay, self is everything about yourself. Okay, your character, your talent. But I find it sometimes very interesting. You know, like many people like to come to me, you know, pay me some fees and ask me, "Can you tell me about my character?" I say, why should you go and pay someone else and ask someone to tell you your character, where you should know better than anyone else about yourself? Okay, now of course, we can see a person's character, okay, your capacity, okay, and then of course you can see like siblings, whether you have any loss of siblings, okay, what's your relationship with your siblings, okay. Now sometimes you do come across some secrets, okay, like your mom has miscarriage but you're not aware of, so your chart may actually shows. Okay. Now the third one, the spouse palace. Okay, that is one of the most, I would say VIP. Okay, very important palace because many people like to ask. Okay, relationship, when you're going to have your true love. Okay, when is your marriage going to be okay? Now there are also many females like to ask me, "你睇下我老公出邊有冇女人?" Okay, the husband and wife come in front of me, the wife just say, "You just tell me the truth, okay? My husband, is there a mistress outside?" Okay, now my standard answer is always no, because I'm a guy. Okay, now then of course children, okay, you can see like whether the person will have any problems or any like miscarriage or abortion or any problems to have children, okay? Now then of course wealth, this is one also very important because most people like to ask this. Okay, now we look at this wealth, you see here. Now what is the basic of wealth? Why do we need money for? Does anyone know? Why do we need money for? What is the basics of what is the original function of wealth? That is for us to survive, for us to buy food, for us to eat, alright? So that is actually, this palace, yes, we do look at wealth, we look at money, but if you're now in Africa or inside a jungle where people there does not require wealth to survive, or they do not need money, okay, so what would you think this wealth refers to? Okay, it's the result of the hunter, whether they get a lot of food that can be stored for a period of life. Okay, so now of course in modern days in Malaysia, in here, we'll be looking into your money, your dollars and cents. Okay, whether you have problems with this, okay, what's your earning capacity, okay, and your investment, that's important, your investment, okay. Now, health, okay, this is also another important palace. You may have a lot of wealth, but if you are struggling on bad health, okay, so in the chart we'll be able to tell you like, you know, which part of your organ, and the most important is when, okay, your health will have problem, and whether is it due to internal or it's from external. So external, you refers to some like surgery and accident, okay, that is from external. Internal will be sickness, virus, and disease. Okay, now travel, whether you will migrate, okay, when you're going to change your car, alright, you have any car accident, okay, this is all from travel, right? Now, friends, okay, now don't get misinterpreted by this term friends, okay, not your brother, not your sisters, okay, not those that is benefit to you. Friends actually refers to your social circle, your social circle. So people who rob you in chart shows as a friend. Okay, people who rob you, people who con you, people who cheat you, okay, they are all from friends. Alright, just imagine like, you know, if friends damage your wealth, okay, so you will associate with either a robbery, okay, or some mishap that it's originate from your social circle. Okay, now career, right? Now career, this is something, now it sounds like pretty similar to wealth, but in Destiny, we actually see it at two different aspects. Okay, now can I know how many of you here are full-time investors? Anyone here? No, part-time. Okay. Now, if a person is full-time investor, that means that the action that you do every day, you buy, you sell, okay, your career will be there, buy, sell. Okay, your office is in share market. Okay, that is referring to career. Okay, it's something that you do day-to-day basis. Okay? Now, then property, okay, this is where we look at whether the person, when you will move house, when you will buy house, okay, and also your family members, okay, the harmonization between your family members, okay, because the Chinese actually, okay, the property, the family is always important. Okay, now then, mental, okay, mental is how you think, your hobby, your thoughts, your spiritual, okay. Now, if you see, like, remember the Hua Ji just now? Goes to mental, what do you do? What does it say? The Hua Ji goes to mental. Just now in children, you say problem with children also. The Ji goes to mental. Mental got problem. No, okay. Now you see, yes, you can say it's mental the problem, but can I ask you, a genius also is mental problem, isn't it? Those like 7 years old going to university, those are also mental problem. Right? Okay, people like me here, I can talk about your future and your past. I'm also mental problem. Okay, now it just tells you that, okay, the mental is how the person think. Okay, the spiritual part, okay, the way of the person think. Okay, so if it's like something Hua Ji, okay, the red color one, it tells you this person may have special talent. Okay, so just the line between, okay, genius and people who are having mental problem. Okay, now parents, okay, this is the one that least people ask. No one come and pay me fees and ask me to read about their parents. So sad, no? Okay, now it's very sad, you know, actually hardly people come and ask about parents, alright? They ask children, they ask wealth, they ask spouse, you know, but hardly people come and ask about parents. Alright, but parents is also one of the important aspects in our life, especially while during your childhood time. Okay, so you can see that, you know, Ziwei also actually covers most of the important factors in our life. Okay, anything else that we miss out? I think probably is all here. Okay, now, a Ziwei Dosu chart, okay, you can actually see your destiny capacity, okay, 终生命格, a destiny capacity. Then you will zoom down to fortune cycle, okay, a 10-year slug, okay, an annual luck, or a month luck. Okay, now why I want to bring this up to you is because this is actually related to your share investment. Now you see certain people, okay, when we look at, you see, we have so many layers of chart. Sometimes that we have, as a practitioner, we have to actually look at the right chart in order to give you the right answer. Okay, now even though all of you here are investors, but your habit, okay, or your way of investing may be different. Okay, certain people when they get good things, they will just all the way out, okay, 分身啊，晒冷 ，okay, 同你搏一次 ，okay, 生又生，死又走佬。Okay, now there are people who are also very careful. Okay, they were just like, you know, I have 1 million, but I only will take 100,000, 200,000 to invest. All right, now due to that impact is different on each individual. That's why we have to look into different layers of chart. Okay, and also like, you know, certain people they will just buy like, you know, like what Alvin shares just now. Okay, they're looking at like, you know, 10 years, 5 years period of investment. Okay, so that will be obviously another point of reference for the practitioner. Okay, so, you know, like speculation, if you buy today, sell next week, those we have to look into some smaller charts to find out an answer for you. Okay, so just to share with you that the chart is able to do so. Okay? Alright, now that's the end of this Ziwei Dosu. Okay, now the next part is Feng Shui. Okay, I would like to share with you today. Okay, Feng Shui is a term, okay, that is pretty familiar, not just to the Chinese community. Okay, as you can see nowadays, the Westerners, okay, you can see like in international market, you know, people are actually researching and looking into Feng Shui. Now, no doubt there are too many Feng Shui methods in the market. Okay, there are too many, right? And there are many practitioners, many teachers around. Now, for laymen, it's sometimes a bit hard to know, you know, like sometimes people will tell you this, tell you that. There are too many so-called New Age innovations Feng Shui. Okay, now just to tell you, the umbrella is good, but there's no Feng Shui element there. Okay, so now I'll share with you what is Feng Shui. Okay, first, Feng Shui, this is a Chinese term that if you literally translate, it refers to wind and water. Okay, wind and water. But are we dealing with wind and water here? No, we are not. Okay, Now, you see, remember, I just told you about this magnetic field. Okay, the Earth's magnetic field. Now, we see in ancient time, in our ancestors actually noticed that the Earth has magnetic field, but they do not call it as magnetic field. They refer to a kind of energy. Okay, so if you buy some feng shui books, or if you have attended some of the seminars that by feng shui masters, they will tell you qi. Okay, QI, in English term it's called QI, qi. Now, what is this qi? Qi is not wind, qi is not water. Qi is an energy. Okay, and what is this energy? Where this energy comes from? The magnetic field. Okay, so we see in this medical classic book of Yellow Emperor, Huangdi Neijing, this is one of the powerful Chinese book about Chinese medicine. Okay, on human's body. Okay, in one of the sentence there states that the qi is the root to human. So it also in Chinese doctor they also know that our body, human's body, are filled with qi. We filled with this kind of energy. Okay. Now then in I Ching, okay, one of the a very profound knowledge, okay, on the law of nature, the Eastern way, it says that the heaven qi and the mountains actually will actuate the qi. Heaven is yang, earth is yin. So when these two synchronize, it forms everything in the world. All right. So that tells you that the earth has also equipped with qi. Okay, that is magnetic field. That's why in the earlier part I mentioned that the earth magnetic fields and our body's magnetic field can actually synchronize. Alright, now so the feng shui is actually dealing with, now Ziwei also deal with our human's qi, our human's magnetic field. Feng shui dealing with the environment or the earth's magnetic field. Okay, so this is two parts. One is internal, one is external. The chart that I just showed you, that is internal. You yourself, internally. Now feng shui basically deal with environment and earth. Okay, so see, in ancient time, feng shui is also known as qi. Okay, so that's why scientific term now we will call it as magnetic field. Okay. Now I want to share with you, okay, because feng shui sometimes is a bit confused. Like there are too many theories in the market. Okay. Now as you can see that to identify a good feng shui or to know what is a good feng shui, okay, a few things you need to look at. All right. Now in Taoism, okay, one of the very important concepts is the heaven, the earth, and the man. We call it as Tian Di Ren. Okay. Now you can understand as if you want to know a good feng shui, you always have to look at the heaven, the macro influential first. Okay, the macro influential. Now we are all staying in Malaysia. Are you all Malaysians or anyone that came from overseas? Okay, all Malaysians. Now we are all in Malaysia. Okay, so this is the country, okay, that we have to look at overall the country's performance. So you see, a feng shui in Africa, a feng shui in US, okay, and a feng shui in Malaysia, they are different. Okay, as easy, can you see like, maybe 10, 20 years ago, Japan is very strong in technologies, in radicals. Now those days, Korea are still quite weak in the sense of, things like that. But do you notice that, lately, Korea has actually coming up very strongly. Okay, and there's a lot of disaster and a lot of problems in Japan. So you can see that even countries' feng shui will have